Hi everybody, I'm Gwendolyn Sterk of Sterk Family Law, and I'm privileged today to have Keith Pekau with us. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you very much,
Appreciate it. And we're going to talk about the quality of life in Orland Park.
Great.
There really is good quality of life here. I mean, I enjoy working in the village and moving forward. Can you tell us what you enjoy most about Orland Park?
There's so much to enjoy in Orland Park. I mean, I was raised here. I moved back here and raised my family here. So obviously, I think it has a great quality of life.
Sure.
So I mean, we have phenomenal schools. And I think that's probably the number one attraction of why people. That's why I moved back. I knew my son was gifted and needed to have that attention to give him the challenges he needed, and I knew that it challenged me. So I felt like it would accommodate it, and it did. And he's off now as an aerospace engineer, so he's doing great. And my daughter's a nurse, and another daughter as well. So we've all benefited from that. But not only that, it's we have phenomenal parks. I think we have 64 parks. We have Centennial Park is I think 180 acres, and that includes a water park.
Yeah.
And the water park is the number one water park in Chicagoland. It has a lake on it. It has all the ball fields, soccer fields. So we have all of that.
Sure.
All these little pocket parks. I mean, it's funny. I go speak to kids at a school.
Okay.
And I ask them, "What's your favorite park?" And 25 kids, and there's 22 different answers.
Interesting.
And that's in a school where they all live kind of near one.
Right.
And that's how many different parks there are that they take advantage of.
Yeah.
So I think that speaks volumes to the fact that there's parks in every neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then you throw that with the forest preserve system of Cook County, which is phenomenal. I think it's 20 to 25% of the forest preserves in all of Cook County border Orland Park.
Wow.
The two biggest pieces are Tinley Park or Tinley Ravines, which is right on the borders us on the west end, and then also the Palos system, which is huge, and that's borders us on the north end.
Right.
And so you have Tampier Lake, you have phenomenal horse trails, you have the best biking trails and mountain biking trails in the Chicagoland area. Mountain biking in Chicago doesn't seem, but it's that off-trail riding that's just phenomenal. For people who like it. We also have the grasslands right here, which is over 1,000 acres right here. And how many places in the same town do you get a
variety of that?
Well, you get an oak forest, which is the native forest around here, nothing but oak trees. You have lakes, and you also have a grassland down in the south end, because literally the topography changes as you go from one end of Orland Park to the other.
And the ecosystem is really amazing.
And so how amazing is that? Not to mention the things that are not that far away, but that's just in town.
Right.
Plus you're how close to Chicago with all the different ways you can get there by train and by car if you want to see a big city.
The accessibility is really interesting.
So it's just an amazing place to live.
In Orland Park, from doing family law, what's interesting to me is that people want to stay here. They live here, they raise their family here, and even if they're going through a family crisis, they want to be able to stay within the area. And what I think is so attractive is that, talk about the housing for a while. There's a broad range where if you
there really
have
is
to adjust your family.
There really is a very broad range of houses here. People don't often realize it because they say they just are on the west end and they see all the McMansions and all the big houses and they think, okay, I can only afford a $600,000 or $700,000 house.
Not
I was just in Fernway the other day, and she said, "Oh, I bought my mom's house for $100,000." And she's got a 1.5 acre lot with this. So I mean, there are a lot of different places you can live. Catalina, and then also there's a lot of things coming in. And what we're seeing right now, we still call them single family if they're townhomes.
Sure. But there's a real growth.
Right, and so there's a lot of townhomes and duplexes and things like that coming in. And what you're seeing is young people moving into there. You're also seeing people who are now empty nesters moving and downsizing into something like that. And interestingly, we actually have a big project that we're about to approve, which is along LaGrange Road, which are townhomes and villas.
Okay.
Higher end, rental. So that people who are making that transition out of a house into something else can stay here while they figure it out.
Right.
And figure out what do they want to do.
And we all go through those life changes. I don't care who we are. Just life happens, and so that ability and having that accessibility for everybody, I think, is critical.
And then you look at the things like Smith Crossing, not too far from here, where when you get older, you can move into those those facilities as well and go through your life changes.
They're doing a major development.
They're expanding there, and then we have memory loss care.
Right, at Evergreen, right down the street.
Exactly. Then you have another one that just opened up off of 159th and Harlem. So we have all of these things that really are for everyone. Not to mention, what does the Village have? We have the Orland Health and Fitness Center. We also have the Sportsplex. So the Orland Health and Fitness Center, you have an indoor pool. The Sportsplex, you don't, but you have two places you can work out there.
Right.
You have the Lady Center. You have all the programs that we offer, from seniors to infants and preschool and kids.
Right.
And there's just so many things that we offer. I can't even keep up with it all. There's
Right.
so many. I mean, the book's this thick.
And that's within the town itself. The other thing is I think that there's a good range of job opportunities here as well. And not just right in town. I mean, first of all, you could work downtown and easily
Correct.
get downtown through the train.
There's 2 train stations, either the one that goes through Orland, or actually there's 3 train stations in Orland with 1 line, and then some people are actually closer to the Tinley and Mokina line,
Right.
As well. So you have two train lines.
Right, so you
that
can
go
get
in.
downtown, and then even within the community itself, though, we have a broad range of job opportunities.
Absolutely. Obviously, we're seeing the medical expansion. University of Chicago came here. Loyola came here. They're looking to expand some more with their cancer center. So we see a lot of medical.
Right.
For sure. Obviously, we're the retail and restaurant mecca of
Absolutely,
south of
right.
I-88.
Right.
So clearly we have that. But people forget about all the other little office and service spaces, like your
Sure,
business,
right.
that are here as well. There
We
are
have
a
20
lot of
plus employees here full time.
there are a lot of business. Horton Insurance, right down the
Right.
American Technical Publishers, right
Right.
down the street. So I mean, there are a lot of businesses here. And do we have every kind of business? No. Do we have manufacturing? No. But we have a lot of businesses here, and a lot of things are very accessible and very close.
Right. Well, and the other thing we have is that because of the corridor that we're in, there is the availability to work right in the region as well.
Right.
So-
You have I-80 to 57,
Yep.
55, and all of the interstates are really close.
Right.
So you can get to a lot of places very easily from Orland Park and have a great quality of life here.
And I think that's important. And I think that what's interesting is that it's a balanced quality of life. You can have, if you have a family breakup and you need 2 homes now instead of 1, you can accommodate that. If you are a person who wants to live in this level of a house or a townhome as compared to what you call the McMansions, there's that range, and everybody has that opportunity here. And so it's all equally available. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, you can do any of those things and you can stay here.
Right.
And I always say Orland Park's a great place for families. And if you're active and you like doing things, it's a great place for families. If you want a horse ranch, this is not Orland Park's not for you. But
Right.
you know what?
You can still ride a horse, so-
But our neighboring community in Homer
Right.
Glen, 2
Yeah.
miles away, you can still take advantage of Orland Park.
Exactly.
They're right there.
Well,
you
we
can
have horse
definitely do
riding
that.
facilities nearby.
And we
It's
do right
unbelievable.
there.
Right.
But I mean, but for someone who wants to have their kids, around other kids and have a lot of, and have a lot of activities, or seniors who want to be around a lot. We have a huge senior population
Right.
as well. That all exists within a very close community, so that's phenomenal.
It's really interesting. And then let's not forget, we also have not-for-profit. I know that you know that I'm involved with Bridge Teen. It's another great program that we
Amazing.
have right here in Orland Park, where the kids have that accessibility and that freedom to go in and out in that after-school program. And there's a lot of other not-for-profits that operate here that I think also bring another level of an advantage of a community.
Nationally recognized,
Sure.
the Bridge Teen Center, and then you look at what do we do for vets.
Right.
We have phenomenal veterans programs here between the VFW, the Legion, but also what we do in Orland Park with our Veterans Fun Run, our Veterans Day, our Memorial Day program, all the things we do, all of those programs that are available. It's an amazing community with a lot to do for a lot of people.
And you know what I find, and at the end of this, I think that the message that I want to send to everybody is that there's so much available, you have to learn about it too. So you can reach out, you can go to the Village, right? You can call your office,
Absolutely.
and they can refer you to the various places that they can get to ultimately, whether it be the Park District or whatever, some kind of housing program, you're going to be able to get that information.
Absolutely, and I can tell you, I grew up here. Before I was born before the mall. I remember before the mall was here. And then I brought my kids back here, after a stint in the military, and raised them here. And I can tell you, until I was mayor, I didn't even realize how much stuff there was to do, because now I go to everything.
Right.
And I had no idea about the plays that are on and the community bands
Sure.
that play and all the concerts, because you can't possibly go to them all. And I do because it's part of my job.
Right.
But it is very hard to get to all that, and you have the Taste of Orland, and then the Crossings is doing something, and the mall is doing something, and
There's
then you
always
have
something
the
to do.
farmers market. There's always something to do,
Right.
but you have to, you just have to learn about it.
Right.
And then I also say, get involved, whether it's the Lions Club or the Bridge Teen Center or the Rotary,
Right.
all of those things, the Kiwanis, the sports, whether it's OYA or the Pioneers, all of these things
Right.
that you can get involved with, either coaching or helping or being a team mom or a team dad. all of those things are needed.
Right, there's something that you can do. The other thing that I want to just talk about briefly is we run a program called Building Hope for the Future in our area as well, where we bring in a speaker on a topic of something that's of interest every month, and we bring that completely free of charge. And our community leaders right here in Orland Park and in our area, they come free of charge, give a program every month to educate people about various topics. So there's just another idea of another group that's out there that's saying, come out, get the information that you need. So if you're listening to the program today and you're going through a life change and adjustment, and you want to know about quality life in Orland, we have it here. We just have to tap into that resource, right?
Yes, absolutely.
There's so much out there.
There's so much here to do.
I'm exhausted talking about it. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Take care.